Okay, so we're going to start in on the Paul Orndorff thing here. And there's a lot of different ways that you can remember a Paul Orndorff. Certainly, football player coming into the pro wrestling in the NWA in Georgia. Certainly his early efforts in WWF and his run with Hulk Hogan, which I think in the early '90s, Meltzer was called that run of Orndorff and Hogan's best and most profitable run up until that point. Certainly Smoky Mountain, and we're going to get into that in a minute, where he tangled with Ronnie Garvin and our sweet friend Tim Horner. He did, what was that thing he did with that Gary Spivey, that fortune teller thing in the early '90s, I think, and then apparently he put on a pair of flip-flops and whooped Vader's ass at one point. So by all accounts, a good dude, a tough guy, a man's man, no nonsense, hell of a pro wrestler, hell of a build, delivered one of, if not the best, spike pile drivers in the business. Could talk, could wrestle. I mean, he could do it all. And when I think of him, I don't put him in that top echelon, but he's not in the middle of the pack either. He could go.
Yeah, he's at the top. I had a couple of notes. I wanted to ask you one thing about it too. So, R.I.P. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. A little known fact, Paul Orndorff was drafted by the New Orleans Saints in the 12th round. I don't know if you knew that, but he was drafted by the Saints. Yeah.
No.
Back when the draft had a lot more rounds than it does now, by the way. That's why if you say 12th round, yeah, they used to have a lot more rounds. So I first saw Paul Orndorff in Mid-South wrestling in 1981, although he worked for the promotion well before that when it was still Tri-State. You can check me on that, Sean Sparks, in case I'm wrong. And I know he held the North American title and the predecessor to the North American title when it was Tri-State Wrestling. So again, Sean, check me on that if I'm wrong. And then, of course, Southern wrestling fans like me, we'd see him again in WCW in the 90s. Matter of fact, I think we're not far off from where we're at now in March of him coming into the promotion. So he's going to be in WCW on Saturday night soon. And then, of course,
well, he'll be welcome. That's for sure.
Of course. And then also, you and I and Hopper can never forget his wonderful, I'll call it short run in Smoky Mountain during the first year of the promotion when he feuded with the likes of Ron Garvin and maybe one of our favorites, I say that tongue in cheek, his feud with White Lightning Tim Horner in the famous Mr. Orndorff promo. What do you think, Doc? Do you want to play the promo where he rips the kid's lightning bolt, or
That's
Mr.
good
Orndorff?
Stuff. Whatever.
Whatever. Let me hit play on it now. This is Smoky Mountain Wrestling, episode 51 from January 16, 1983. This was when we covered the Smoky Mountain Run. This is Paul Orndorff, and he's about to rip the heart out of Tim Horner's fan chest. Here it is.
I just beat Ron Simmons. Exactly. WWF. What happened to Hulk Hogan?
He retired.
That's exactly right. On his back in a stretcher. But you see, Mr. Wonderful is everything. Mr. Wonderful is what everybody would like to be. Exactly. I know they love me. And you know something else? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna ask this kid.
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Orndorff is calling a young gentleman out of the audience.
What's your name, son?
Chris Brown.
Chris, uh-huh. Well, who's your favorite wrestler? White who? White Lightning. You can't even talk right.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
White Lightning.
White Lightning. And why is he your favorite wrestler?
Because he should be the champion.
Should be the champion. Well, you know something, son? You just saw me beat Tim Horner right in the middle of the ring, fair and square. But let me tell you, I'm going to have a little talk with you. I want to have a talk with you, maybe like your daddy should. But well, I don't guess we could use your daddy because he's always drunk all the time. And I understand that, son. I can understand why he's drunk all the time. I can see what of these people around here got to live for, but to drink, there's nothing around here. All the women look like hogs and got 4 legs. But anyway, besides that, I'm going to give you a lot of reasons why Mr. Wonderful and why you can change your mind now. Because, you know, it's like putting your money in the bank. You want your money to grow. You want your money to mean something. Tim Horner is no champion. Tim Horner ain't nothing but a little local hillbilly that the people rally around and they really think he's something. But see, nobody's ever came from around here, so I can understand that. But I'm going to give you a chance to get on the side of Mr. Wonderful, a true champion, a man that's been all over the world. And you know something? Hey, a lot of good things can happen if you just hang with Mr. Wonderful. And what is this? This a lightning bolt? Huh? How much did that cost? $3. I bet you had to save. I bet your daddy worked for a whole month to get $3, didn't he? Well, I'm going to tell you something. This here, $3 for something that really, you know, let's face it. This, I mean, you know, this White Lightning, this is what I think of White Lightning. I mean, this is a big joke. And
Wait a minute.
All right, so Horner broke that up after all the insults, and Horner came out there and jumped Mr. Wonderful, and then they fight to the ring. Again, that was Smoky Mountain Wrestling, episode 51 from January 16, 1983. Harper joined us in the middle of the promo. Harper, we're RIPing Mr. Wonderful. Feel free to chime in with your thoughts on Mr. Wonderful at this point, because he was a legend.
But wasn't that great to have someone like him in Smoky Mountain?
It was tremendous.
Yeah, he added a lot of legitimacy. And you just said episode 51. He was there a lot later into the run than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're a year in at that point, so he was
yeah. Because that
a little bit
shows
past first year.
You know, we're not just another bunch of fucking indie assholes.
We got Ron Garvin, we got Mr. Orndorff, we got real stars.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the local assholes.
Man, how good was Orndorff in that promo though? He was just riffing and natural. He cut on the people. He cut on the little boy. He cut down Horner. Horner, a bunch of hillbillies that never amount to nothing. I mean, he hit it all. Fuck you, Mike Mills. You jump on. You better watch out. I'll jump on too.
You're gonna find out that it's harder to jump off than it is to jump on.
Speaking of which, that promo was episode 52 of Smoky Mountain Wrestling from January 23rd of 1993. And here it is. There's no Orndorff here, but his name is butchered a bunch of times.
Okay, fans, you've seen what happened last week, and right here, standing right with me here is White Lightning, Tim Horner. And Tim, I just want to say that, you know, the way Paul Orndorff acted last week, I don't agree with it, and I think you did absolutely the right thing by coming out and doing exactly what you did.
Well, you know, Dutch, I figured you'd see it my way. You seem to always do when we're kind of face-to-face, if you know what I mean. But let me tell you something, Mr. Paul Orndorff. You come out here and you degrade these people. You degrade everybody. You say that you're Mr. Wonderful and you've been all over the world. Well, I've been a few places myself, and most recently it was on you, if you can recall. So let me just tell you something. If you got something to say to me, Mr. Wonderful, you say it to my face. Don't say it about my family. Don't say it about my friends. And certainly don't say it about my fans. You understand what I'm saying? Now let me tell you something else, Mr. Wonderful. Thanksgiving Thunder, you interfered in my match. You cost me that title. Now we've been going around tag matches, me and Ronnie Garvin. You won't have the guts one-on-one to face me. Always got to have something to wrap around your hand or get something from Ron Ryder, the dirty white boy. If you want some of me, jump on me. I'll help you all I can. You understand where I'm coming from? I'm not a hard man to find. These people know I'll fight when I have to. And now it's come the time to fight, Mr. Wonderful, and that's exactly what it's going to be. If you want to fight, it's going to be a fight. Jump on me, get in my face, slap me, and get me in the mood if you know what I'm talking about. So go ahead, get in my face. Jump on me. If you get tired, I'll take over. But nevertheless, Mr. Wonderful, I'm going to get you wherever it's going to be. If it's here, if it's in the parking lot, who cares? It doesn't matter to me. Does it matter to you, Dutch?
No, sir. Doesn't matter to me where you get him, as long as you don't get me. That's it, folks. Right now, that's Down and Dirty with Dutch. You heard the comments from Tim Horner to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff fans.
Mr. Orndorff.
You know what I was thinking?
Go ahead.
You think if he wouldn't have... I can't remember if I discussed this with y'all or somebody else.
Is this the promo where you needed a rape kit for your ears?
That was the one where he said that, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the one where he said that. But go ahead.
Just say Mr. Wonderful. That's all you got to say.
What were you about to say, Harper?
You think if he wouldn't have went to the WWF when he did, if he would have stayed in the NWA, you think he would have eventually been going up against Flair?
Going up against Flair, 100%.
I mean, because I could picture him being the fucking NWA world champion and fucking Jim Crockett in those fucking early mid-'80s.
Heel territory, pal.
I agree, because he could talk. He can cut the promos.
He's got that look, and he seems real.
I just said it. He's not on my top 10, but he ain't far out of it. You know?
Yeah. I think I still got his figure.
Like the LJN?
Yeah.
Really?
It's somewhere, yeah. He's doing the double bicep.
I'll be damned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you, Harper. I definitely think he's... I mean, we'll never know. It's kind of one of those what ifs, but...
Yeah, that's definitely a fucking what if.
He looks the part. That's for damn sure.
He sounds like it too.
And he sounds like it. And he was good in the ring. Man, I would have loved to see that.
You want y'all sitting at the cornet for the fucking...
Why don't you send it?
No,
because
look, it ain't my job. My job and your job are to have the ideas. It's Mike's job to do shit.
Yeah, Mike, do it.
One of our listeners out there, send it to Corny Drive-Thru. There you go.
Well, R.I.P. Mr. Orndorff, a true legend in the sport.
What was his final whatever? Diagnosis. It was just...
The video I saw looked like Alzheimer's, and then you have all kinds of shit that spiderwebs off that.
Yeah, because I saw that video where he looked fucking bad off, and then someone shared a picture. Yeah, that looked fucking... I turned it off. I was like, I don't want to see this. And then someone shared the picture of him on the 4th of July sitting on a chair drinking a fucking Beck's. And I'm like, is that recent?
There's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't watch the video. I saw a screen grab of it.
It's fucking depressing, bro.
And that's why I didn't want to watch it.
It sure is.
To see anyone, I mean,
yeah,
even if it's not fucking
I wouldn't mind Mike looking like that, but anybody that I care about for real.
Yeah. It was sad to fucking see him just totally, in that condition.
Father Time, dude.
Does no jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Harper and I were on the phone yesterday talking about getting old.
Yeah, getting old, bro.
I told Mike this week, something's happened, dude. Time is starting to move faster, and I don't like it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, when you start doing the math and you realize you're only a few years younger than Ron Wright was when Smoky Mountain Wrestling started.
That's wrong, man. I'm a youthful character.
That's when it hits you.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we talk some R.I.P. Mr. Wonderful. Thank you for the memories. How about we talk some Saturday night?